and welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, to our new series that is simply called All In Digest, just for now. If you have a clever name for our new show, let us know in the comments. It will be much appreciated. Well now, what exactly is the show about? We'll travel outside of our beloved Russia and explore the world for the latest gaming, sports, and all-around interesting news in this one place. Let's start with a big one. With one which probably will become a new discipline in digital space. Have an idea of what I might be talking about? If I'm too cloudy, here's a little tease of what's to come.
Mortal Kombat!
Of course, I was talking about the latest iteration of the beloved fighting franchise from NetherRealm Studios, Mortal Kombat. But now it's MK1. If you haven't followed extended Mortal Kombat lore, you will be a bit lost with what is going on and who are some of the characters. Well, fear not. Mortal Kombat lore expert Paul is here. Let's try to make some sense out of the new MK. Oh, and before we begin, I would like to have a big disclaimer right here. If you're affected in any way by animated violence, gore, and general Mortal Kombat guts, skip to here. Last warning. Let's go! It will be the 12th main installment in the Mortal Kombat series, serving as both a sequel to Mortal Kombat 11 and the series' second reboot, following Mortal Kombat. Long story short, in the end of MK11's expansion Aftermath, a final match between well-known characters Liu Kang and Shang Tsung engaged in the Mortal Kombat. From this point, the player can choose their final destiny and find as Shang Tsung or Liu Kang. Depending on the outcome of the battle, the story ends in one of the following outcomes. If Shang Tsung wins, he defeats and absorbs Liu Kang's soul, gaining his godly power in the process and leaving Liu Kang as a dried-up skeleton. He then uses the hourglass to conquer all the realms under his influence, with Dark Raiden and Fusion becoming his servants. If Liu Kang wins, he erases Shang Tsung from existence and recovers the crown, with which he gains control over the hourglass. Once he forges his own new era, he visits the Shaolin Temple to train Kung Lao ancestor, the Great Kung Lao, to become his champion in Mortal Kombat. This is the canon ending that sets the stage for the next storyline in Mortal Kombat 1. So story-wise, we will see old characters in new designs and locations/allocations. Liu Kang as the main protector of Earthrealm, Raiden and his newly announced sister character. It will be a lot of fun in the story department. And what about gameplay and roster? Well, here's plenty also. Since the game's announcement date, it has been revealed to feature reimagined versions of characters such as Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Kung Lao, Kitana, Mileena, and many others. Shang Tsung will be offered as a pre-order bonus. NetherRealm also added cameo fighters are a unique roster of partner characters to assist during matches, creating expanded gameplay possibilities for players. These characters are chosen separately from the main roster of fighters. Some characters can serve as both cameo fighters and main roster fighters. Guest characters can even serve as cameo fighters. They got guest characters like Omni-Man and Homelander coming to Combat Pack 1. And there's so much more like Invasion mode with seasons and other hidden characters and features like Johnny Cage skin that turns him into Van Damme. Game is set to release on September 14th. While we had our phygital activities and stops on the road to the games of the future, in Saudi Arabia on July 19th to 30th, Riyadh Masters 2023 was held. Best teams around the world were competing for one of, if not the biggest prize pool of the year, $15 million. Team Spirit, representing our region, became champions in the fierce and brutal competition. Our sincere congratulations to the boys and their organization. Let's walk through their way to the victory in somewhat detail. 16 teams were split into two 8-team groups, with 4 teams being eliminated after group stage, 2 for every group. Team Spirit's group opponents were Quest Sports, Gaming Gladiators, Nine Pandas, PSG LGD, Evil Geniuses, OG and Extreme Gaming. With 2 wins for Dross and only 1 loss to Quest was enough to secure a playoff stage in the upper bracket for them. After that, Spirit were matched against their TI-10 nemesis in the face of Aster Gaming. It was a pretty one-sided match and easy 2-0 for our boys. After that, they faced another rival, this time from the same region even, Bad Boom Team, with Spirit's former mid player Toronto Tokyo playing position 5 for BB. It was a real bloodbath with back-and-forth games. Third game in the series even took over 70 minutes to decide the winner, but in the end there was no match for Yatoro's Faceless Void in such a long game. 2-1 to Spirit, and the upper bracket final was next for them in this epic journey. Their series against Team Liquid always delivers great Dota, and this time nothing changed. Long series, full of action and mind games between coaches brought us 3 amazing games, where Spirit came out on top with a 2-1 score. Next, it was time for the grand final, with Team Liquid returning to get revenge after knocking out Talon 2-0 on the way to the final through the lower bracket. Second place, it seems, continued to follow Liquid throughout the last events. This time wasn't any different, sadly for Liquid fans. Team Spirit's monstrous form that they gained throughout the tournament was unstoppable. As a result, undefeated champion and holder of $3 million. Spirit, champions of Riyadh Masters 2023, and one of our bright hopes for TI this year. We'll be looking forward to their new victories and achievements. We are moving towards sports. The next news sounds fantastic. The guys from the football media team 2 Drots won another victory in the Russian Cup and advanced to the 164 stage. Yes, you heard right. The players who played within the Phygital not so long ago, taking out professionals with a confident score. Let me note that in the last cup, 2 Drots stopped just at the second stage, losing on penalties to Textilship, now 164 finals. Progress and historic achievement. Let's see how it was, and believe me, it was epic. After losing to Rodina Media and MK1, 2 Drots remained the last media team in the Russian Cup. In the first round of the tournament, Dmitry Kuznetsov team beat Sakhalin 2-0, thanks to Gudaev's penalties and Frolov's goals. In the next finals, they got to Murom. The rival of 2 Drots is a representative of the second league, with whom a fairly known coach Evgeny Pervertailo works. They played in Murom, at the stadium named after the winner of 1988 Olympics, Viktor Losев. The host handed out tickets for this match for free and gathered a full house. More than 2,000 spectators attended the game, with the participation of the media club. So many people wanted to watch the game between 2 Drots and Murom that the fans watched the match from outside the stadium. We couldn't fit everyone. From the first minutes, 2 Drots took the ball and the territory, and Murom, despite the status of the owner and the professional team, with all 10 field players set in their own half of the field and hoped only for counterattacks. Aslanovsky was very active and useful on the left side. It was Aslanovsky who opened the scoring in the 7th minute. He picked up the ball in someone else's penalty area and accurately shot from left into the right upper corner. Murom, even losing, were afraid to take risks. For this, they were punished again. 10 minutes before the break, Pushlakov took part in Steel's goal. After hitting the attacker, the goalkeeper of Murom, Trunin, made a gross mistake. He hit the ball in front of him, and Stepanov excelled at rebounding. With the score 2-0 at the end of the first half, 2 Drots losing the grip and immediately conceded. Midfielder of Murom, Zapalatsky, succeeded in a great shot from behind the free kick under the crossbar, so the intrigue returned to the second half. In the end, the game was simplified as much as possible. There was a lot of struggle, marriage and fouls. Murom was unable to crack the 2 Drots' defenses. 10 minutes before the end, Kuznetsov's team caught their chance and scored the third. 2 Drots is not finished with the Russian Cup yet. Kuznetsov's team won and went further than a year ago. All the most interesting is ahead of us. A confident play by 2 Drots take them to the next stage in the 164 finals of the Samurai, apparently waiting for the Kirov Dynamo. Wanna see something unique and special that drives really fast and is made from an old childhood memory? I have a treat for you. Bugatti Chiron, made from Lego parts. 90% of the whole machine and even the engine are assembled from the designer. Everything but the wheels and chassis. The assembly took about 1 million parts and 13,000 hours. During the construction of the car, not a single yellow man was harmed. Do you remember when in previous episodes I was talking about the CSGO skin market? Well, someone unboxed another knife. But not any knife. Number 1 pattern M9 Bayonet Blue Gem, worth $90,000. Just look at this beauty. This is the true NFT in my opinion. This, gorgeous of course, but still pixels, have the price of a whole house. That's still crazy for my boomer head to comprehend, to be honest. A clip from orchestra band playing a theme from a computer game. What game, you wonder? Well, if you ever booted up this game for the first time, you will instantly know. The Counter-Strike main theme with classical instruments sounds amazing, doesn't it? Now we need this music pack in the game as soon as possible. Nicki Minaj is a new playable character in Call of Duty. That's it. That's the news. Roll the clip.
Playtime is over when Nicki drops in. Pull up in a monster automobile gangster.
Despite the last video, I think everything went pretty nice and smooth for our first digest. In the next episodes, we will continue to cover phygital and all-around world news in gaming, cybersport, sport, and even memes, if this means bringing you the latest and the juiciest content imaginable. As always, my name is Paul, and I am super excited for Bethesda's new IP, Starfield. What is your most anticipated game of this year so far? Let me know in the comments. Paul, the cyber journalist, signing off. Bye-bye.